curious if there were any real and creepy anti-piracy screens. I knew that some games had anti-piracy features that added some comedic and inconvenience to the player, so I would only imagine some were creepy. That's why in today's video, I decided to find 7 real and creepy anti-piracy screens hidden in games. Before we begin though, here's a reminder that many of you aren't subscribed. I'm sure you just forgot, so go ahead and click that button. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. The first game on this list is Cuphead, and man, do I love Cuphead. I'm a huge fan of boss fights, and this game has some charm that I've never seen before. It actually almost makes sense that this game would have an anti-piracy screen, as it fits the tone perfectly. When you first load the game, players get greeted to Cuphead's signature song that plays throughout the opening menu. Take a listen if you forgot.
Welcome, man. They like to roll the dice. They came on Devil's Game and now they have to pay a price. And now they're fighting for their life on a mission filled with dread. And if they proceed but don't succeed, well, the devil will take their head.
They like to roll the dice. By chance they came on Devil's Game, and gosh, they paid the price.
The song's catchy, right? But those who wanted to experience the charm of Cuphead but didn't quite have the funds would be greeted to a different opening. Let's hear it. The opening is changed to a distorted and unsettling track, with low and morph voices in the distance. Eventually, players hear an audio cue for a spectrogram, which is a way to convert audio to visuals. Loading the snippets will show creepy forms of Cuphead's final boss battle with the devil.
Of course this Legend of Zelda would be on here. Of course, it's the scariest Legend of Zelda game yet.
Ocarina of Time. Zelda is filled with creepy and disturbing things, and its anti-piracy solution is no different. Pirates will first know something's wrong when Sheik transforms into Zelda. Zelda's hairstyle normally looks like this, but is now changed to a puffy, pentagon-shaped hairdo. This will immediately catch players' attention, and it's kind of a way to tell pirates, yeah, we know. Those who continue to play will do so with no other strange occurrences. The story continues on until you're in the midst of Ocarina of Time's final boss battle with Ganondorf. During your battle in the tower, the building begins to crumble and you and Zelda must escape. Traveling down the tower, Zelda opens locked doors to advance players through. However, pirates aren't quite allowed. One of the locked doors that Zelda opens remains closed, and Zelda continues on without you. From here, there's nothing to do but wait alone, at the top of a tall tower, slowly crumbling down. Up next, we have an entry from Serious Sam, and the nature of this franchise kind of takes away much of the horror. Serious Sam features a goofy spray-and-pray model on often obscure and freaky-looking monsters. However, pirating Serious Sam 3 will add one more to the mix. Downloading the game illegally will play as normal, with one exception. There's a terrifying red scorpion demon chasing you throughout the entire game. He is unkillable and moves at incredible speeds. As I said, the fact that this is in Serious Sam makes it a little less frightening, but having this man chase you vigorously is bound to cause some unsettling feelings.
Oh, come on.
Next on our list comes from the 1988 title Gold Rush. This is an old game that you probably never heard of, so let me catch you up to speed. Gold Rush takes place just before the California Gold Rush, and you play as journalist Jared Wilson on a mission to find his brother. During this journey, players are met with a quick and easy anti-piracy system. It's a trivia game and tasks players to check their manual for the answers. It even gives the exact page number and location. This is simple for someone who had the manual, but those who lost it or pirated the game will be forced to get the answer wrong. This triggers a cutscene when you are hung in front of an audience and allowed to say some last words. The floor opens underneath you, and you die. Mr. Gimmick is a cartoony action platformer where players run around completing levels and finding collectibles. Playing a pirated version of the game, players can do pretty much everything there is. They can complete almost every level and do so without any restrictions. However, Mr. Gimmick features a secret stage that's only unlockable by collecting the special items scattered throughout all the levels. Finding all of these and entering the final level, players begin to walk towards the final boss battle. Until this happens. The screen goes black with just the words, "Black Hole," appearing on the screen. What makes this most unsettling is the quick appearance. There's no transition and it occurs at a seemingly random time. On top of this, the font is very cryptic. It makes the feeling even eerier. Up next is DJ Max Fever on the PSP. God, I haven't heard of that console in a while. The game is one of those music games like Guitar Hero where players have to click buttons on the beat of a song. However, pirating a copy of this game to play for yourself will cause the game to pretty much short circuit and go crazy. The piracy feature has different stages. First, you will start to hear a faint buzz in the background during a song. The buzz will only grow louder and distractions will be added from here. The notes will then sound higher pitch and begin to move at incredible speeds. Eventually, the game will begin to play itself as the screen glitches out and unsettling noises screech in pirates' ears. Our final entry for today's list comes from King Quest VI. This one is a lot like the Gold Rush piracy screen. Many games back in the day required players to answer manual-related questions to ensure all copies were purchased. King's Quest VI is a point-and-click game where players travel between different islands. Eventually, players are met with solving a little bit of riddle trivia. As mentioned, answers can be found using the manual. Getting a question right will advance you up a stairway of stones. However, get one wrong, and the stone will retract back into the mountain. Oops! And the player will fall into the pits of hell and be directed towards their infinite doom. Well, that's the end of my list. I try to find as many unique entries for videos as I can, but I will say that most of these can be found on the Easter Egg Hunters Piracy series, so a huge shout out to him. He has 5 volumes on piracy, and everyone I found